Like alive?
Like live, like all the way live. Forgot the intro. It's great.
Man, it's cool. I mean, it's time, right?
Yeah.
It's time. What is this? Does anyone else have like these weird, like baby hairs that grow like what? Like why? Should I just like style it and then curl on my forehead? Like Ling from Kung Pao. And those curly cues in your head can make me think stupid.
What's the quote? How's it go?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me to do things tonight. I'm the world champion.
I do need you to test, so it's dual purpose.
I can't show you my golden penis.
I mean, you could peek it. You could peek the peen. Just peek at it.
Not even the tip. Not even just that.
Not even just the tip?
No. And usually it's like, just the tip is always okay. I mean, it's just the tip, right?
Alright, I think we're good on levels. It sounds like they can hear the music. They can hear us. Right, guys? Just one more confirmation. We are going to transition over to intro real quick, just to have a clean open. We got a wild Pat appears.
That's my favorite iPad.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Switching over to intro. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. Told you we'd be right back. We're back.
You're so back. Guess who's back? Back again. It's us. You don't have to guess.
Ah.
Oh, fake nose ring.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to LBS, the LB stream, episode 55. We're back with the weird news, guys. Back at it.
Let me just say.
Can everybody see the nose ring?
Let me just say, this is not the Lagging Balls podcast. This is not. It's not. I did not. No. No, it is not. In fact, it is not, because this is the LBS, where we just talk BS all night long, or at least for an hour. But usually we do a podcast called Lagging Balls, and it is about Blizzard stuff, like games and whatever. And that'll come out tomorrow. But for now, you're stuck with us in the LBS, and this is where we just come to hang out with you guys on a Friday night. Come to, chill, I guess, because we never have anything to do, really. I mean, we weren't here last Friday, but that was because. What was that?
That was work stuff. That was a lot of things.
Oh yeah, I think I just got back from the airport. So,
yeah, you were not even. You were like just getting to the airport from the video game awards.
Yeah. Anyway,
Face.
I don't know. I'm really tired, but it's fine because I'm here and I'm happy to be with you guys, and that's all I've wanted all week long. And now here we
Hell
are.
yeah!
So I thought, to celebrate being here with you guys, I'd take my top. No, I'm just kidding. We would look at strange and hilarious news, which is sort of like a staple on the show because we did in fact steal it from Smodcast.
Strange and hilarious nudes.
Yeah, that's why I said take off my top. Like, oh wow, this is very strange and hilarious. I didn't realize. Must be all those like weird clown tattoos she has all over her body. Like
Jesus.
Right below here, clown tattoos, just a whole collage of them. And the ink is made out of like the ashes of dead clowns.
that's all in on the clowns. Like a sleeve, except like from your on your chest, just straight down.
Yes, full body sleeve. Clowns.
You know, we don't want to turn the audience away. So maybe you should stop talking about your clown tattoos.
I don't have any clown tattoos.
Now I don't believe you.
Not yet, though. Not yet.
So why don't you tell everybody? First of all, welcome chat. Hello everybody. More coming in yet. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Thanks for spending a Friday night with us. That's fucking awesome. We are talking about the weird news. But so this, why don't you tell them what that means? How's that work?
I don't know.
Okay, so how it works
I'm
is.
just kidding. So I went and found some weird ass news, and there's a lot of Florida Man tonight because there's some good ones, and I'm going to read them to you guys and to Thorn, who hasn't read them or heard about them yet at all. Then we're going to discuss them like adults. We're gonna have a debate. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna hear from you guys what you think about the news.
Like dirty-minded, inappropriate adults, you mean?
Yeah.
Good.
Just so everybody knows, this sweater is on sale for $13 on the Bliss store. It is legit the cutest sweater I've ever had. It is so cozy, and it's like black on the sleeves and the hood, and it's like a charcoal gray on the body, I guess. It ain't gone. I just bought two like an hour ago.
Yeah, I just got one too. They're still there. I mean, check your sizes obviously, but should still be available. So definitely check it out. There is a lot of stuff going fast though, so you know, grab it while you can because the prices are insane.
Insane, I tell you. Yeah, this is a small. Anyway, let's get into the weird news, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So the Florida Man ones are quite brief, so we're going to have to use our imaginations.
Okay.
If that's okay. Okay, first up. Florida man kicked out of library for watching virtual reality porn after forgetting to plug in his headphones. That's the whole story. So, okay.
Wow.
Know that, okay, for like coming from a small town as I do in Canada, a lot of people utilize the library because it usually has internet. And, you know, some people don't have internet, which I think is a travesty.
Absolutely.
So, assumedly, like, this person has their VR set up, but perhaps they need some internet or at least a warm place to be while they're looking at virtual reality porn.
I mean, look, it's like a first world problem, right? To not have, you know, enough of your own safe space for your own VR. Like the dude obviously had the VR glasses. He's got the equipment to
Double
use
the equipment.
for his equipment, right? Just didn't didn't have the staging area appropriate. Or maybe he did. I wonder if he's just like a normal dude and just like really didn't want to have that in the house or something like that. But my question is like, was this some sort of like more private area of the library, and what was he planning to do whilst watching?
Touch himself, probably.
But in a public library.
Dude, listen, when you need to, you know, it does not matter where you are. And like, what if he lives with his mom or somebody who doesn't appreciate his...
Right, yeah.
Like, you know, you got to get creative a little bit.
Somebody who doesn't appreciate his habits.
Listen, all I'm saying is if I had a VR thingy, the first thing that I would do is do the VR porn thing.
Oh, of course.
I think that sounds great. Absolutely good. Like,
we are aligned on this.
it'd be pretty sweet. Like, that's like one step away from like sex robot.
Yeah. Like in that Ready Player One movie, they all have like varying degrees of equipment. Heh. And like the higher end one that one of the characters gets is like a full body thing that has like touch involved in it. So one of the other characters literally like rubs her hand across him, and then like it cuts to the outside where you can see the actor wearing the suit, and you see that swipe come across.
Nice.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah, I would buy that. I would pay for that shit. I think when I'm like old person, I'm going to be like eccentrically excited about like those sexy technological advances. You know, like some older people are like, you know, they've got like lots of cash to burn, so they'll like immediately get the new phones, the new computers, the new gadgets, et cetera, et cetera. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be like, oh, I have
Oh
to
hell
go
yeah!
out and get the new sex robot that came out.
You're
Like
gonna be
my
like waiting in line like people do at the Apple Store for the new Apple
yeah,
phone, but you'll just be waiting to like cart away your new sex robot.
yes. And like the sex robot that I had, like I got 6 months prior, because it was the newest one, and now I've got to get the newest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think sex robots will happen before like holographic, hologram, gem in
No.
the hologram,
No.
synergy?
Because there's hologram stuff going on now. Like there was a today I learned on Reddit like yesterday about how Frank Zappa is doing a tour as a hologram.
Leave Zappa alone.
No, it's what he wanted. He was like a huge
Oh.
proponent of holograms and like couldn't wait for that stuff to appear. So he got footage of himself performing so that when it became available, he could perform as a hologram. So that's like
Okay.
going on tour this coming year. Crazy,
Yeah,
huh?
like that. No, I mean, yes, but like that's totally Frank Zappa. You know, like he would want
Right.
something like that.
Yeah, totally. But in terms of like all I'm getting at is like there are lots of technologies, and I work in event marketing, and there's a bunch of technologies to like bring that to like people's exhibits and trade show floor things already right now, and it's like limited, right? Like you can only use it in like certain spaces and certain uses, and you have to get a little creative with it and that sort of thing. But you're talking more in terms of like a full body experience, like a hologram standing in front of you the same size and everything, right?
Yes. Like, okay, on Star Trek Next Gen, that room, what was that called? Like the hologram room or something? Where they could go back to the old West,
Oh yeah,
where
yeah.
they could do Robin Hood stuff, and then Worf is like, I am not a merry man. You know? Like, how the fuck did not wait, how the fuck they gotta have like they just use that room for sex,
Yeah,
right? Like the
holodeck.
holodeck,
Thank you.
thank you. Fucking hollow dick more like that's fucking they're like, okay, fucking you gotta go and you gotta sign up on the sheet to reserve the holodeck. And you gotta say, like, listen, I put this like hollow sock on the hollow doorknob. Do not fucking come in because I am like legit just like hologramming just like all of my wildest fantasies. Like, you know, Captain Picard was like, listen up, I'm fucking who's that dude from Moby Dick? Fucking
Captain Ahab.
Captain Ahab. And I've got a massive Ahab for a white whale. You know what I'm saying, bitches? What up?
There is a show on Netflix. I'm blanking on what it's called right this moment. Maniac. And it's with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone. And a bunch of other people that, well, a few other people you'd recognize. Anyway, one of the characters, they go to discover him, like to find him again, to bring him back for whatever. And they discover him, like, holed up in his apartment or whatever, like, with a bunch of trash around him and, like, cans and stuff. Like, obviously he's been, like, in one place, like... Cans! But he's strapped with, like, a VR thing on his head and a VR thing on his dick. And like they show you what he's looking at, and he's like having virtual sex with like a mythical beast person woman thing, and like the thing that's strapped to him is like making it happen.
That sounds amazing.
I'll see. Phil, I'll find a GIF.
Was that like, was it sucking or what? Like, what was it? Was it like a vacuum? Did it have a tube attached to it? Like, what was going on? Could you imagine just like strapping something on and just letting it do all the work for you? Oh, man, we are so woefully behind in like the sex robot industry. I just want to say that. And like, I'm not saying that as somebody who thinks they can improve that. I do not have the knowledge, nor do I have the brain power to invent such things. But like, what are we doing? Humanity needs to stop like focusing on bullshit and start like getting together and realizing what's important to everybody, which is sex robots. Like, if we just like came together as one and like stopped having wars and shit and stopped being mean to each other and stopped like putting all of our efforts into these stupid superfluous things, we could have sex robots right now, and then we
Yep.
wouldn't need to see each other ever again. We could all just go into our sex robot rooms and close the door, and then that's all you need, you know? Because that's all humans really want. Sleep, food, robot sex.
Okay, here it is. I have added it, an image of it, to the show.
That is amazing.
It's called SuckTube.
I knew it had to be.
And then here is an image of what he was seeing.
I'm waiting. If it looks like a Draenei, I'm gonna freak out.
I don't quite have like what it's the same perspective, same shot. He's like holding this thing that has like woman parts on top, but then you can also see that there's a lot of like.
I love how he's got like fake hair.
Yeah, he's got like big ass hair, and he's in like
Yeah.
a completely fantastical like that's as close as we can get to. 'Cause you can't really show her because, as you can imagine, it's not really
Hair.
Twitch appropriate.
That's awesome. Like I think like TV shows and shit like that need to portray the robot sex industry more often so that it becomes more mainstream, you know? Like esports has become. Anyway.
Hey, Daz says there's a movie on Netflix called Hotbot that's all about this. I'm gonna have to add that to my queue. Thanks for the tip, Daz.
I'm gonna hotbot that later.
That's
Let's-
like so. Just to finish this off, like they're in like the library I had in college. There were like lots of floors, and then a bunch of the floors like throughout the stacks or whatever you'd call them, there were random like sets of desks and things like that where people could like go study quietly and things like that. So I wonder if like this guy was like in one of those, like maybe not like on the main floor out in the open where people are coming and going and checking things out and stuff like that. Maybe, but maybe he was also like off somewhere where it might be more likely that he was actually going to do a little something.
Well, who wouldn't?
Well, because I was when you read it, I was picturing him on like the main floor of a library where everybody shows their card to get in, and where there are people lined up with stacks of books to like check things out or whatever, and like that's what I had in mind, that there's like a bank of computers over there, but it might have been like a separate floor or whatever.
Who knows, man? I don't know. I feel like he did nothing wrong. Let's move. Okay. Naked Florida man breaks into restaurant to eat ramen noodles, plays bongos. Police are on the lookout for a naked Florida man who was caught on surveillance footage breaking into a restaurant, vandalizing chairs, and eating some ramen instant noodles he brought with him.
He brought them with him? That was not what I was expecting at all.
So,
Pat says, I've done that before.
was it you, Pat? Where did you keep those noodles if you were naked? So this dude like comes in to a restaurant where there's probably leftover food, but he's got
Right.
noodles. I don't know where they are, like unless he was carrying some kind of satchel, like a burlap sack, you know, like a pack sack.
I hope he
flung-
had a fanny pack and nothing else.
some kind of bindle made out of a diaper and a stick. I don't like this is me just spitballing here. I don't know, but like I'm picturing a dude breaking into a restaurant with one arm, naked, while in his other arm he's holding like a thing of ramen noodles. And like, would it be like the package of them, or would it be like the cup? Like, is he like?
Maybe
is
it was
he going-
neither. Maybe it was just the brick and he's just like, I mean,
That's entirely possible. God, that was like on the playground. If you had a thing of dry ramen noodles, you could trade that for anything.
oh hell yeah.
Any-
That was a
Cause all-
solid freaking lunch.
Because it was so salty. Like the flavoring, oh damn. One time, me and my friends found like a closed packet of like chicken seasoning from a top ramen thing. We sold that for like some kid being our slave like all day.
What'd you make him do?
That was a really long time ago. I remember I got one once and I ate it and it was really salty, and I remember like
Yeah, they're
thinking,
nuts.
how is something so delicious so painful?
I used to eat them by unfolding the wrapping flat and then breaking. Well, no, first I'd break the shit out of the brick. Yeah, while it was still in the bag. Then you open the bag, lay it flat, dump out all the flavor, and then like either like lick pieces of the brick and dip it, and then eat it. None of which I can imagine doing now.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they're still looking for this guy, so he's still, you know, if you're in Florida, watch
He's
out, because
at large.
he might vandalize your chairs.
He might show up and eat ramen in your house.
Honestly, if like somebody broke into my house who was naked and all they wanted to do is vandalize my chairs and eat their own ramen instead of my ramen, that'd be fine. Like,
I mean, I would appreciate that they brought his own. Did they describe what they mean by vandalized chairs? Because I'm not sure I understand what that means.
I'm just picturing like a dude again with like ramen noodles under one arm, like fuck punching the chairs with one naked fist. Like, yeah, you know? He's just
like
so mad.
punching with one arm and chomping with the other?
Yeah, maybe. This piece of hair is killing me. What if I just like keep it like this?
Just go emo with it. You're good. Just go, yeah. You're early 2000s pop punk right now.
I
Go for it.
wish. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is an actual story. Man yells, "There's no Santa" at Florida holiday event.
What a bastard.
It wasn't the Grinch who stole Christmas, it was a man who screamed, "There's no Santa Claus" over and over during a recent holiday festival in Florida. Southwest Florida woman shared cell phone footage with Fort Myers television station of the man yelling during the Cape Coral Festival of Lights on Saturday night. Cape Coral police told the situation that officers were at the event, but they couldn't do anything because the man was exercising his freedom of speech. They added they could have intervened had he used a voice enhancer such as a megaphone or started a riot. Cindy Minks of Cape Coral says it's about decency and that she's sad that the magic of this time of year was taken away from some children.
Just because you could doesn't mean you should, bros. Also, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
That is also true. Christmas crack, as they call it.
Christmas crack?
Hey, give me some Christmas crack.
He was in the holiday spirit a little more than we thought he was.
Yep, dashing through the snow and all that. But yeah, no, that's kind of shitty. But at the same time, like, if I was a little kid and I was at a thing and some man was yelling that, I'd be like, what does he know? Obviously, he's getting coal in his stocking this year because fuck that guy.
Yeah, but
you know?
Would you think that if all the adults were upset about him saying that? I feel
know.
like that's almost what lends it more legitimacy. You gotta wonder, like, what is the point? What's he trying to accomplish here? You know?
Well, I mean, that's touching on a very large conversation because you could say like, why do trolls like to ruin things for people? You know, online. Like,
Yeah,
one
but
would
is
argue
that the
that
same
that
for
this.
just like outright ruining things for children at an event geared toward like children and families?
Well, I mean, that certainly does put an even more twisted spin on it. But like, this guy was like super, I don't know, not brave, but like he must not care. Like
Brazen?
Trolls don't care because nobody knows who they are, so they've got this like power of anonymity.
Right,
But this guy, you know, he's out there, you know, exposing himself, exercising his right to free speech and his right to ruin the lives of children everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, next thing you know, he's gonna be yelling these things while naked in between bites of ramen.
And like, that's dangerous too because you could choke. All right, let's see.
And in that situation, I'm not sure anybody would help you.
Okay, the title of this is as long as the article is. Florida man accused of putting semen in coworker's water. A Florida man faces charges after being accused of putting semen in a coworker's water.
That's it? That's the whole article?
I mean, what more do you want? It's like, Saturday, this dude was seen in his
What do you
office's
mean,
kitchen.
what more do I want? Yes, I want the details.
Okay, I'm giving it to you. this man seen on Friday afternoon in the kitchenette of his office, jerking off into his coworker's infused water
Water
cup.
bottle. Double infused now.
Yeah, and it's infused with the power of don't warriors absorb, don't they ingest that stuff to steal people's essence or something? Am I making any sense at all?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
Do warriors suck dick and have people finish down their throat to get stronger? Is that the question?
Not really, but yeah, it's a good question though. No, I'm just saying. Okay. This is I'm glad he got arrested or facing charges or whatever, because that is gross, you know? Of all of the bodily fluids, maybe not all of them, but that's pretty high up there on the list of things you don't want in your water.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a lot worse, of course. Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It could be worse than jizz, yes.
I feel like I'd rather drink that than blood water or
or poo stuff or puke stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Might be a toss up between jizz and puke. Both pretty horrible.
Toss up jizz and puke. I don't know.
A toss up that I can't decide between because good god. Blech.
Could you imagine just barfing on do you think that this coworker drank the jizz water and then barfed it out?
And then was like, oh!
Yeah, because then you'd have to experience that all again, except backwards.
Oh yeah, to spit it back out?
Yeah, once you drink it, at least you're okay, gross, but it's in my belly or wherever water goes and you drink it, the acid's breaking up the gross jizz particles. At least it's gone, right? But then you fucking barf it back up and you're like, no.
You're like, no. Do I want to keep it in me or do I want it to come out?
Man, I tell you, sometimes life can be so hard.
The choices you have to make in the moment.
I guess. I hate that when you are,
You're just like, nope, get it out.
Get it out. No, I hate that when you have to puke and you know it's coming, but it's not coming enough yet where you're just going for it because you have to. You're
Somebody clip that, please. Jesus Christ.
You're fucking sweating and drooling and you got the weird I'm gonna puke feeling. Your face is all pale and
worst. And then you start to get that tightness right in your throat, right on the edges.
But it's a mental battle. You're I don't want to puke. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like relinquishing control over my body. I'm not going to. And then you try your best to meditate for the first time in your life. You're okay, I own my body. This is my body. Everything I do is my choice, and I'm not going to puke. I won't puke. I'm not going to. And then you fucking puke because
you're
yeah, exactly. It's the worst when you do puke and then you've got some residual puke going, which you're no, once was enough.
Yeah,
once was enough.
Yeah.
And you're swallowing it. You're Ugh.
Your body's we're not done. You're yeah, we're done. We're done. Please be done.
Yeah.
And your body's nope. Guess what? You're not done.
I mean, fair enough. I'm such an asshole to my body anyway. I'm surprised it doesn't make me do more shit like that.
Fair enough.
The last time I puked it was a couple weeks ago when I had really bad strep throat. I was so sick. I've never been
Stay in front of that mic. We're losing you a little bit.
Sorry. I've never been that sick. Like a cold kind of sickness.
Yeah.
So much that I had to puke. That was weird because to me stomach sickness and cold symptom sickness have always been very distinct. So this was just
you're not a puker. Not at all. Cinder says she hasn't puked since '96. That's nuts.
That's
12 years.
Wow.
That's a good run. You need a whiteboard like they have in a warehouse. No incidents since X number of days.
Years?
Yeah. Yeah, you can translate it to years by this point for sure. That's impressive.
Let's move on from the semen water. Okay. Florida man offers undercover cop a hamburger in exchange for sex. And then it says a Florida man was arrested after allegedly arranging to receive oral sex from an undercover cop in exchange for a hamburger.
I got these cheeseburgers, man. Suck your dick, man. Sorry, those lines are straight out of a movie. Like, specifically about that kind of situation. Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't know, man. Sometimes you're hungry. Also, apparently you got the 12 years thing.
That's why I was late to react to your headline read, because Jackie's calling me out about my shitty math.
I couldn't even do that off the top of my head, though, so don't worry about it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, do you think if it hadn't been an undercover cop, would have it worked?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that'd have to be like a hell of a burger. Like, you couldn't show up with one of them like McDonald's dollar menu flattened little pieces of shit kind of things. You'd have to show up with like an In-N-Out burger or some shit. I'm trying to think of like a equivalent.
I've got like there's this restaurant in Manhattan that has the most amazing burgers, and honestly, like if they were like offering me those, I would consider.
From where?
Oh, it's this place called Marty's V. It's so good, but like I don't know, man. Sometimes like food is just so good, and like I'm saying this as somebody who like eats the same things every day. I literally don't give two shits about food, but like there are some foods like the best burger, like under the most like perfect circumstances, just like the best burger is so good, and it's just like everything you want. Like when I was a little kid, I was like super obese, right? And I remember on like long drives, I would like close my eyes and imagine I was eating a Big Mac, and like I would try really, really hard to just like imagine what it tastes like. And just, like, oh my god, it's so good, you know. Except you know.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh my god, it's cousin Mike. Hi Mike.
What's up, cousin Mike?
We're talking about what we might do for burgers. Yes, the Works. Is that just a Canadian thing? Because the Works has, I don't know, like 50 different kinds of burgers or whatever. Like they've got so many burgers on their menu.
Is that their whole thing? Is that why it's called the Works?
Yeah, I mean they've got other stuff too, but they have so many burgers that they also have like weird burgers, like the mac and cheese burger, I think, and there was like a peanut butter burger, you know, like just like they ran out of like normal burgers and fancy burgers, so then they had to go with like the freak burgers. I always thought the place was cool because you can drink soda out of measuring cups. I don't know.
Measuring cups?
It's gimmicky. Yeah, it's gimmicky. I don't know.
How does that fit into the theme? Is it like because you're like measuring out all the other ingredients kind of thing?
No, it's just a shit. You know,
Okay.
just a thing that
Yeah.
you guys and your vinegar is kind of... Listen, dude.
Uh-oh.
Listen. Vinegar on french fries with some salt. Oh, baby. Does that taste so good? Oh, fuck. Holy shit. And it's like... Out of all the... Like, ketchup is basically vinegar, right? Except it's just, like, sweeter and it's made out of tomato, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying I miss going places and having, like, vinegar, like, just readily available on the table for me to use.
It's true. It's like that makes perfect sense though, because like you become accustomed to condiments and you don't even think about them. Condiments are just a thing that are relatively common everywhere where you come from. Condiments. So it makes perfect sense that like once you're somewhere else where they're not the same, then suddenly it's something you're thinking of.
Totally. Like, legit, I realized this year of my life, now that I'm an adult, I finally realized that I don't actually have a favorite food per se. What I love are condiments. And I started, like, buying myself more condiments. And I started, you know, because I'd always have, like, ketchup. And I'd get some mayo sometimes. And, like, sometimes... And I'm vegan, so it's hard for me to find... a lot of really good condiments and stuff, but like, you know, I'd have some around. But then when I finally realized how much I love condiments and that I really don't care what the condiments are going on, like it's just opened my eye. Like now I stock up on my favorite condiments. Like I'm trying different ones. I'm like learning about new ones that I like, and then just whatever I put them on is like inconsequential. Like I don't care. Like a lot of the time it'll just be like rice cakes because they're there. You know, it's just like I fucking. But
can you force like healthy food with condiments on it? Could you
sure,
have like
sometimes.
I mean that's kind of what you do with a salad mostly, right? And I mean by you I mean everybody. Like that's what salad dressing is, right?
Yeah.
It's a condiment to make your healthy food more palatable.
Exactly. I just wish that society was advanced enough where I could eat condiments with a spoon and not feel bad about myself.
Advanced enough for that?
No, we can't handle it. Oh shit. Hey you guys, it's Howie. I work with him. He's my coworker. Hi.
What up?
What's up? We're just talking about me eating condiments.
Yes, condiments by the spoonful.
I mean, someday. Like a condiment stroll, like a, you know. I got a lot of vegan Thousand Island dressing on my backpack.
Which coincidentally tastes exactly like normal Thousand Island dressing.
Totally. Okay.
Score.
So, this one's also quite short. It's another Florida man. But just like the way that it's written here, just fucking cracks me up. Okay, so
ready. My body's ready.
The title. Okay, so the title is good, but the write-up's even better. Title: Ballsy Florida man hides sack of weed under his testicles. And the blurb is: a Florida man was arrested after a traffic stop for what was revealed to be a bag of marijuana hidden underneath his ball testicles.
His ball testicles? That's in the article? That makes it way better and way more on brand for this show.
Like what?
It's like we wrote the article for this one.
Yeah, but like even I know that like you don't have to over. It's a little repetitive, don't you think? Like
very much is.
Redundant. This is like his bald testicle. Like I don't know. Like as a journalist myself, I would have written ballsy Florida man because that's a good pun. Hides weed in his gooch or undercarriage, you know?
Yeah. What's this title? What's the headline again? Please read that again.
Ballsy Florida man hides sack of weed under his testicle.
Okay, yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, you can't say sack of weed under sack, which would really be like the best thing to say, but that's repetitive.
Yeah,
Hides bag of weed under his sack? Sack of weed under his bag?
I'd just say weed, you know, because like we're all assuming that. I mean, I don't know. Okay, here's the question.
Hides stash under sack. Little stashes under sack. I feel like there's an alliteration opportunity here.
Can you hide stuff under your balls though? Like, is that a thing that people?
I feel like okay. All right, he's in a seated position. The thing that usually hangs out front is the equipment is down, right? Including the sack part that already hangs down but would be further down. Yeah, I think you could put something under there. And I mean, I'm guessing what happened was he obviously got stopped at a traffic light. He obviously knew he had contraband. And what probably happened was he was probably trying to shove it down there when the cop approached the car.
What happened was... So...
That's not mine, I tripped.
Like, do you guys do that? Like, is that a thing that you can do?
I don't think... So, if like depending on the kind of underwear that you're wearing, yeah, you could set something on your underwear in like where your gooch is, sure. But in this situation, remember, this is a specific situation. This is somebody stopped at a traffic light who has illegal drugs on him, who clearly knows that he would be in trouble for that. So this is just somebody trying to think, where can I put this that I won't be searched? Right? Very first instincts would be, where do I put this so as not to have it found? If it's in the car, he could search my car and find it. If it's in my pocket, he could find it in my pocket. Why not try nature's pocket? Okay, it's not quite nature's pocket, but that's just such a funny term. I had to couldn't pass it up.
I was gonna just, the anus split. It's not really a pocket because it just keeps going. Like, that's a hole in your jacket. That's not a
That's
pocket.
like a pita. No, it's better than a pita. It's like a Muppet. Nope. Like a taco. Nope.
Nope.
It is like a crip. A crip. Nope. Not like that either. It's like a horn of plenty.
I'm gonna move on, actually.
Okay. These Florida men are killing it tonight, though.
Right?
Wait,
Florida men.
Wait, hold on. Comment from the buttress. Taint my weed, officer. Nice one.
That was good. Okay, Florida man punches cars, challenges everyone to fight him at Chili's. A 43-year-old Florida man was arrested after challenging patrons of a Chili's restaurant to fight him, then punching cars in the park.
Never change, Florida.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. I'm gonna punch your car. Okay. I don't think this is right. I think this is kind of fucked up. Like, let's just say you've worked all day. You wake up early, get ready, you get on the train, you go to work, you work hard all day,
Right.
And then at the end of the day, you look up and it's almost 5 o'clock and you're like, fuck yes. Now I can almost, I'm just gonna get ready to go to Chili's and I'm just gonna have myself a great meal at this beautiful establishment. And I'm gonna have myself a great time tonight and I'm gonna forget my problems and just live it up at fucking Chili's. And then this asshole comes in and he's like, fight me, and then he starts punching your car. That's not fair.
Wait, what if your thing is to fight? What if that's the way you wind down and relax or whatever, enjoy yourself?
I didn't think of that. So what if
for that
you
specific sliver of the population?
You wake up, you get ready, you get on the train, you go to work, and then it's 5 o'clock, and you're like, "Fuck yes!"
And you're so
now
tired of your
I
job.
Can go to Chili's and fight people and feel better.
Fighting around the world.
It reminds me of that part in Street Fighter where you can just go ham on a car for a couple seconds.
Oh yeah.
I love that shit. I would
Hell yeah.
just if I could punch shit without breaking my hands, because I need these to fab. But if I could do that, did I say fab? I meant play video games. But if I could do that, I would just fucking wail on everybody's. Because if somebody punched a car, I would not fuck with them. Because if they can punch a car, they can punch me on all the hardest parts of my body.
Right. Yeah. If somebody can deal with that, yeah, that's a solid challenge because.
I don't even have an exoskeleton. I'm a mammal.
Right. Yeah. So years ago, I did a publicity stunt where there was a charity involved, and you could pay I forget if it was $1 or $5, $10, something like that. I think it depended on where you were going to hit something, but we'd literally hand somebody a crowbar or a bat or something like that, and there was a car that was just from the junkyard, but in good enough shape that it looked like it was just a normal car, and it was parked in this public space. People would pay to the charity, we'd hand them the crowbar, and they'd get one whack per $5 or whatever. Because wouldn't that be great to just wail on a fucking car? And I think it was
Yes.
double or triple or something the price to get glass.
I would pay that.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
Oh god, that would be nice. I wonder, there's definitely some kind of smashing fetish. Yes, I know this for a fact. But what if you found out then and there that was your fetish and you're just oh, I have a boner now.
Let me do it again for charity.
Yeah, getting a boner for
Boners for charity.
Is that what it's done? It's a marathon, see how long you can have a boner and every minute you're earning money for a charity. For
I don't
erectile
know.
dysfunction.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like it should be. I wonder if too many charities are too uptight about this kind of thing.
I feel like charities should be really uptight about anything.
I agree. They're just trying to get money, so
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, you always gotta do what you gotta do. And speaking of, let's see about this. Um, woman passes gas, pulls knife on offended man. A
That's fucking solid gold right there. Nice find.
Florida woman faces aggravated assault charge after authorities say she passed gas on line at a dollar store and pulled a knife on a man who complained about it. Citing a Broward Sheriff's Office report, the Miami Herald reports 37-year-old Shanetta Yvette Wilson passed gas while waiting in line at a Dollar General Sunday night and upset a nearby customer. The report says the offended customer and Wilson then got into an argument in reference to the defendant farting loudly. It says Wilson then pulled a small folding knife out of her purse and told the victim she was going to gut him while moving as if to attack him. Wilson was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. It is unclear if she has a lawyer.
Holy shit.
Who's in the wrong here?
The farter. The farter knifer, clearly. What did the dude do wrong?
Isn't it embarrassing when people point out that you farted?
Sure. But, you know, there's a limit to the acceptable reaction to being embarrassed. I mean, I realize, okay, the scenario is that they're in line, right? So presumably there are other people around. If nothing else, there's at least a cashier, right?
Right.
So minimum of 3 people in this scenario. Let's say she's the one at the cash, he's the one behind her, she farts, or maybe she didn't. Alleged fart, the alleged passing of gas. Innocent until proven guilty, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, she's called on it in front of another human being. That's embarrassing. Fair, right? Whether it happened or not, still embarrassing. However, even if I was falsely accused of that, I cannot imagine a scenario where I would pull a weapon to dispute such a thing. Can you?
Yes. But I just, like, what I'm most confused about is, like, there are, like, ancient methods in place very securely in our culture that sort of negates this from ever becoming an issue.
Like what?
He who smelt it dealt it. And this dude clearly smelt it and heard it. Therefore, he was the one who did it. Like, we all know
Possession
this.
is 9/10 of the law, right?
Exactly. And so, like, I kind of feel like she had the right to pull the knife out because that's breaking, like, ancient custom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just throw your weight around in a dollar.
I mean, okay, so, you know, there's some dissension on this in the chat. Cinder thinks that if he's a little bitch who thinks the chicks don't fart, then he's in the wrong. So she's referring to the mindset of the offendee, the man in the scenario. I don't know what to call the fartee, not the fart her. So that's an interesting angle. That does his mindset make him guilty?
I don't know.
Looking for you to be judge, jury, and executioner on this one, Tess.
I don't want to be Judge Judy Executioner. It's funny.
I mean, so I've been in a public place and been crop dusted before. Terribly, horribly. Where it was a kind of scenario where I'm like standing in an aisle and somebody whisks by and then it's just like necrotic plague. And I'm dying. And there was only one person who passed by. It clearly had to be that one person. Have you ever been crop dusted in public?
I think so. I don't know.
But obviously not badly enough to like remember it as vividly as I have, because I can picture the whole scene. Like, this was bad. There's a memory. I was damaged that day.
Damaged goods.
But I neither accused him. I mean, to be fair, he was already like almost out the door because he was just on his way. Nor would I guess I can't say nor would I have pulled out a weapon because I didn't have a weapon on me. I mean, I had a weapon on me, but not the kind you whip out. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And cousin Mike is right in chat. Like,
what do you say?
Both this definitely my family. all of the
Oh,
times that I've been
does he know?
in, well, it's his fault.
Right.
Like all of the worst fart scenarios I've ever been in involved Mike, because he would just like pin me down and fart on me, or fart next to me in a
As you
moving
do.
vehicle that I couldn't. Yeah, no, it's all,
Family.
it's like a rite of passage kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like this is difficult. Like I suppose like violence is never the answer, but I don't know.
They do say in the article that she pulled the weapon and moved toward him such that she was going to attack him. So my question is, what stopped this scenario? Was it the rent-a-cop who just was in the... This is a Dollar General. So there might very well have been a rent-a-cop on site right by the cashier.
Do you think the Dollar General was there?
I think the Dollar General himself stepped in to lay down some justice.
Yeah.
I feel like if he had, I'm not sure anybody would have survived. And I feel like the retribution would have been clearer. Like, I don't think there would have been question in this scenario. I think the article would have been, Dollar General comes down from on high to smite thou farteth and farteest. The farter and fartee in one fell Dollar General swoop. That only cost $1.
It doesn't usually cost $1 there though. It's like $10. Anyway, let's do one last one, because that is all that we have time for. Let's see.
Okay. Drew says he was at the gym on a treadmill and he almost died.
That has happened to me before. Like people start running in front of you and they just fart and everybody's all sweaty and warm. Anyway,
I feel like those are extra bad, but I gotta be honest. I feel like a gym is maybe a little bit more understandable of a scenario. Not that it's good. Not that I think you should do it. Not that I think that should ever happen to anybody. But you're straining, right? That happens.
straining. I don't know. I've never been to the gym.
At gy-
Just kidding.
All right, go on.
All right, Utah man accused of hammering ice pick through man's penis.
What?
A Utah man has been charged with sexual assault and kidnapping after authorities say he hammered a tool resembling an ice pick through another man's penis during an argument. 45-year-old Jason D. Mon is scheduled to make a court appearance Wednesday in Salt Lake City. Online court records don't list an attorney. Court documents show that Mon is accused of putting a gun to the victim's head, handcuffing him to a chair on August 30th. The victim told police he was given a choice of being killed in the desert or having a nail driven into his penis. He says he went to the hospital the next day for treatment after Mon took the handcuffs off. The charging document describes the case as domestic violence and says the men lived together, but doesn't explain their exact relationship.
Okay, so they lived together. One turned on the other. There was a dispute of some sort. That's in the article, right? There was an argument.
Yeah.
The argument may or may not have been, please uncuff me and take the gun away from my head.
Yeah, and please don't stick an ice pick in my penis.
Well, I think that was the result of the argument, right? Isn't that what the article's saying?
It was either he was going to get killed in the desert or get an ice pick in his penis.
Wow.
Like, this isn't funny. It's not funny. Like, this
It's
is
fucked up.
But, like, who has an ice pick? Like, is that something... Like, who just has an ice pick? Okay, like, when I was a
don't know.
kid...
That seems like such a joke, like something that's in a show, like in a movie.
Right?
Who done it?
Like, oh, can you get me the ice pick? It's like, what, like, literally, what would you need an ice pick for in today's kitchen scenario, you know? Like,
Because
like,
the
are
only
you
reason they
making
used to
giant
have
blocks?
them was when you used to have those giant ice.
Yeah, and they harvest ice from the north and bring it.
Like when the ice boxes really had a block of ice in the damn thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, yes, Canadians have ice picks. Of course we do. We need them to, like, scale walls and pick at ice so we can get out of our houses to go to work. But, like, this was in Utah, so I don't know.
Yeah. Where do you keep yours? Where do you keep your ice pick?
I used to keep mine in my like little garter belt. To be like right, high up on my thigh, and then I could just pull it out and like pick ice whenever I felt it.
So not in your gooch.
No, not there. Cause in Canada, like if you keep things in your gooch, like it just like it compromises your body heat, and you don't want your junk to get cold, cause that really sucks.
especially with metal, right? Or are they all made of metal?
Yes, titanium usually. I know. Like, we're kind of advanced. Like Michael says, we use them to cover houses out of the glaciers. Yeah. It's cold up there. But yeah, I don't know. Like, obviously, this, like, penis ice pick man is not in the right. He's wrong. That was mean. That was a scary thing to do. And, like, this is not funny. But again, who the fuck has an ice pick?
That not only who has it, but also who uses it in that manner. Who thinks to, like, use... I don't know. I just feel like there are so many things that would make... As fucked up as it sounds, things that would make more sense to stab somebody with than that.
I would, like, break off, like, a table leg or, like, a chair leg or something. Because I saw Buffy do it all the... She'd just, like, yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
like, have a thing, and she'd be like, jaw, just stab him with my own dick, just,
There
like,
you go.
right in the heart.
Just
I'm
run at them and...
Heart stab thrusting, Okay, what if... Okay, you could go on Etsy and you could buy, like, little, like, pointy, like, you get, like, brass knuckles with the spikes on them?
Yeah.
What if you could get, like, a brass knuckle for your penis and then just, like, put it on the dick and then it's got, like, a spike.
To weaponize it?
Like, yeah, like, other spikes down the shaft and then, like a shield for the ball testicles.
Oh, wow. Yeah, oh, wow. You actually... That's very considerate of you in your mental design on this.
I'm just thinking, like, once you have it protected, like, made of, like, titanium or, I don't know, some sort of
This sounds
metal.
like medieval torture.
No, because it would feel good on the inside, but I'm just saying, if you protected it, weaponized your own dick, then you could stab people.
No, that's what I mean. The receiving end sounds like medieval torture.
Oh, yeah.
Like that would be something that would be like in the medieval times torture museum.
Yes.
Like right next to the boob remover.
Like, people would get stabbed in the shins all the time. Imagine just, like, running at a dude and, like, like, fuck you,
Like in the shins?
Yeah. So it'd be, like, non-deadly unless you, like, jumped up and, like, tried to hit him in the vital organs, Or, like, grab the dude's hair and, like, wrenched it down to your, like, weaponized dick and you're like,
damn.
Like, that could be really dangerous.
We have a show title, Weaponized Dick.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm spitballing here.
Just spitballing.
Yeah. Michael says, like, a Viking helmet. Yes.
Yeah.
You could pick whatever type of, like, you could get, like, one of those swingy ball things, like the... What's it called?
The Morning Star?
Yes, the Morning Star. You could get that on the tip of, like, the end of it. Then you could grab your own shaft and, like, swing around,
Or once you become real pro, you don't even need any hand support.
Oh, yeah.
You can just...
Because the rush of battle gives you a boner.
Right.
And the more people you stab with your, like, dick weapon, the harder you get.
And then therefore the more reach you get, right?
Exactly.
So then you basically have 3 extremities that can be weaponized.
Mm-hmm. And that's the show, everybody. So, thank you everyone, thank you everyone for watching. We will have the next episode of Lagging Balls out on Saturday. We will be talking about Blizzard stuff, like games and what have you, because that is what we talk about normally. But yes, this was not the Lagging Balls podcast. This is the LBS, where we come hang out with you guys every Friday for an hour and just talk about bullshit, clearly. But we want to thank you guys for watching. And yeah, join our Discord, because it's cool there. And we talk about stuff. And I post memes there all the time. And we have a news
really good
channel
memes
as well.
too, by the way. Okay, so we are going to raid Wicked Kitten. Everyone, let's say Secret Pocket.
Secret what?
I posted it in chat. It's Secret Pocket. Please post that once we raid Wicked Kitten. Here we go.
What's a secret pocket?
That's up to her to determine.
Let's go.
We are raiding in just a few seconds.
Love you guys.
Okay, here we
Bye,
go.
Cinder.
Bye, guys. Thanks for
Bye,
coming.
guys. Love you.
Bye.